on the one hand, you've got the Bible saying, let not many of you become teachers. Be careful not to teach wrongly. On the other hand, you must teach. Everything that you do in the Christian life must be aimed at, to some degree, teaching and raising up other disciples to do what Jesus has commanded them to do.
So I think we should go into your paper that is going to be available at christianintellectual.com/polemics. Explains this need for polemics, and it also explains the danger. There's a danger in speaking. There's also a danger in not speaking. So let's jump into that.
Yeah, so consider James 3:1, and most people know this. Let not many of you become teachers, my brethren, knowing that as such we will incur a stricter judgment. So there's that weight of, if you're going to teach, there's a stricter judgment, because what you teach is going to have massive ripple effects, not just presently, but in future generations even, right? Or consider Luke 17:1-2. It is inevitable that stumbling blocks come, but woe to him through whom they come. It would be better for him if a millstone were hung around his neck and he were thrown into the sea, than that he would cause one of these little ones to stumble. Now keep in mind, the person who causes one of the little ones to stumble very likely doesn't realize that he's causing someone to stumble, right? It's not like he woke up in the morning and said, I want to go cause a brother in Christ to stumble today. It's very possible to cause somebody to stumble by accident or by mistake. And yet Jesus is saying, woe to that person. It'd be better to have a millstone tied around their neck and thrown into the sea. The point is, there's a weight to speaking publicly or teaching such that you could possibly mislead somebody. There's a serious weight that I think we need to recover in our generation. But here's the catch. It's not just teachers. It's not like if you're not a teacher, you're off the hook. Because to a certain extent, every Christian is called to teach. What is the Great Commission? Go therefore and make disciples, teaching them to obey all that I have commanded you to do. It's not just go therefore and make converts, mere converts who profess Christianity, full stop. And that's the way that we treat it today in evangelicalism. And that's part of the reason why we've got a lot of problems that we do, but that's sort of a different topic. The biblical view of evangelism, the biblical view of the Great Commission, involves discipling, teaching, and not just teaching a few things, teaching them to obey all that Jesus has commanded. Or consider Colossians 1:28, where Paul says, we proclaim him. He's talking about evangelism. We proclaim Christ, admonishing every man and teaching every man with all wisdom, so that we may present every man complete in Christ. The goal is completeness and maturity through our teaching, through our discipleship, through our evangelism, through our preaching. So on the one hand, you've got the Bible saying, let not many of you become teachers. Be careful not to teach wrongly, because it'd be better to have a millstone tied around your neck and thrown into the sea. On the other hand, you must teach. Everything that you do in the Christian life must be aimed at, to some degree, teaching and raising up other disciples to do what Jesus has commanded them to do in every area of life. Be careful not to teach. Be careful. There's a really serious weight when it comes to teaching, and go teach. You can't escape it unless you want to just not be a Christian. But if you want to obey Jesus, you have to teach, and you have to be damn careful about how you teach.